Hey guys, it's Rachel, and today we are making these adorable Disney Tsum Tsum cake pops. These are so cute, you guys. I love how these came out. This is probably one of my favorite cake pop recipes that I've made. I want to just display them in my dorm next year or something. Anyways though, they are so cute, and I'll be showing you guys all of my tips and tricks for cake pops to get them perfectly smooth and even and all that kind of good stuff. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so for lots more cute recipes and DIYs too. So without further ado, let's get started in my backyard. First off, you can see that I have baked off a 9 by 13 inch cake and I just let it cool completely. Then I'm just going to cut it into pieces and add it to my stand mixer. Using a stand mixer for this is actually really nice because you can break up a lot of cake at once, so you don't have to worry about doing multiple batches. Now I'm going to add in a little dollop of frosting, and we're just going to mix this to combine. You'll know it's ready when you can pick up a handful of it and kind of squeeze it together and it'll compact, and it's always a good idea to roll one sample ball first just to make sure everything feels good. And now let's really get rolling with our cake pops. You're just going to take a scoop of dough and then roll it gently between your hands. I find that the best technique for this is to kind of just let the ball glide between your hands. You don't want to press down on it too much or compact it, otherwise it gets kind of weirdly shaped. You might have also noticed that I use an ice cream scoop to form these, just to make sure they're all nice and even, and I also like to squeeze them before I roll them, just to make sure you don't have any kind of air pockets or anything. Once you have these all rolled out, it's time to add in the lollipop sticks. All you have to do is grab your lollipop stick and then dip it about a ½ inch into your candy coating. Then you're just going to stick it into your cake ball. And this is optional, but I also like to wipe off the excess candy melts, just to give it a nice clean finish. And then repeat this with the rest of your cake pops. Now you're just going to stick these into some kind of cake pop stand, or a styrofoam block works too. My dad actually made this one for me by just drilling holes into a wooden block, so if you want to make your own, you can totally do that too. I also had 2 extra cake pops, which was definitely not a counting mistake, but I just used those to practice. Now for the Mickey Mouse shape, I'm just going to dip an M&M into some candy melts and then just stick it into my cake pop. And you can see I am making a Mickey and a Minnie Mouse because of course we've got to have both. And then for Winnie the Pooh, I'm going to use some yellow M&Ms. The color doesn't really matter, but I don't know. It just felt right to do. And then for our candy coating, I highly recommend you use Candy Quick instead of Candy Melts. The Candy Quick is the perfect consistency and it's way easier to melt down. To dip your cake pop, you just want to dip it straight into the candy coating and then just rock it around to get it fully coated. Then pull it out of the candy coating and just kind of shake off that excess really gently. When it stops to drip off, you just want to rotate your cake pop around to the back and then tap the back of it just to make sure it's nice and smooth all the way around. And you can see this makes for a really perfect cake pop, super smooth and shiny, it just looks beautiful. Alright, now we're just going to repeat this for Minnie Mouse too. So just swirl it around in that Candy Quick, get it nice and coated, then take it out and tap off the excess. And we're going to do the same thing with Winnie the Pooh, except we're using some yellow candy coating instead. And then for Winnie the Pooh's companion, we're also going to make Piglet. So you're just going to swirl him around, tap off the excess. And then for his ears, we're going to use 2 large heart sprinkles turned upside down. And you can see that looks super cute, just like a little piglet. Then I made a second one of these. Spilling the candy coating on your counter is optional, but let's just say it adds a nice, splash of color. Next up, I made Donald Duck and Daisy Duck. And then for Donald Duck, I'm adding on a blue jelly bean for his hat. Daisy Duck is basically the same process, except for her bow, we're going to grab 2 large heart sprinkles and just stick them end to end. Then the finishing touch is a pink confetti sprinkle for the center. Super cute. Alright, moving on to Mike Wazowski, you're going to use some green candy melts for this. Now's a good time to mention that to get these different colors, I just took white Candy Quick and then colored them with some oil-based food color. I'll have a link to the oil-based food color that I have in the description box below, but oil-based is not the same thing as gel food color, so make sure you know that distinction. For Mike's little horns, we're going to use some slivered almonds. And then we're going to use a white candy melt for his eye. And you also want to hold it there for just a little bit to make sure it doesn't slide down. And that's all there is to it to Mike Wazowski. Next up, we've got to have his best friend Sully. So here I just have some blue. I'm just going to stick in some slivered almonds again for his horns. And that is all there is to it to dipping your cake pops. You could honestly serve them just like this, and they're still super cute. But we are not taking the easy way out today. Now we're going to add on the facial details. I'm just using some more melted Candy Quick. And by the way, these cute little bear dipping cups are given to me by a subscriber, so thank you so much for these, I love them, and I'll have a link in the description box if you guys want to check these out too. Anyways though, just finish up those facial details. And of course, Winnie the Pooh has gotta have his eyebrows on fleek. And that is all there is to it to Winnie the Pooh. Moving on to Mike Wazowski, this one is super easy. All you have to do is create a big brown circle with the candy coating. For Piglet, you want to start off with his nose, just a little hot pink triangle. Then you're going to take your chocolate candy melts again, and then just add on his eyes and his eyebrows. They all have this kind of really innocent looking expression that is super cute on the Zoom Zooms. Next up, let's do Donald Duck. Start off by adding that little band around his hat. And then don't forget the little tassels as well. For the bill, just make an oval with the yellow Candy Quick. And then do the same thing with Daisy Duck. And it's kind of nice to make sure that they're even. And then add on their eyes by making little ovals with the chocolate Candy Quick. The only difference between them is that Daisy Duck has these little eyelashes, while Donald Duck is eyelashless, if that's a word. Anyways though, now you're just going to add on Donald Duck's eyes by making more little ovals. And then speaking of happy couples, we're now going to make Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse. These are probably the trickiest ones because you have to work kind of fast just to make sure the candy coating doesn't set on you. So I'm using a coffee stirrer here just to get on more candy coating at once and just creating his face shape. And if you get a little drip on the side like I did, don't even worry about it, you can wipe it off really easily. Repeat this for Minnie Mouse too, and now it's time to add on their facial details. These are pretty self-explanatory, you're just adding on his nose and his eyes. And then the only difference is that Minnie Mouse has some cute little eyelashes. And then I dotted on some pink cheeks because why not? And then for Minnie Mouse's bow, I again used 2 heart sprinkles stuck end to end. And if you really want to go the extra mile, you can also make this a polka dot bow, which makes it super duper cute. And that's it. How cute are these? Oh my gosh. Alright guys, our Disney Zoom Zoom cake pops are finished now, and these look so cute. I love how these came out. I like how the design is pretty simple and clean, and it makes them perfect for cake pops. I think my favorite one is Minnie Mouse. I love all the details on the bow and everything, and the polka dots. Let me know in the comments below which one is your guys' favorite. And anyways though, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe right up there if you haven't already, and you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. That's the new one, at Kawaii Sweet Eats. And I'll talk to you guys all very soon. Bye guys!